We're ready for the first of the semi-finals. The cars making their way up onto the grid, and Chris Evans, last year's Super Prix winner, is there lined up ready for action, but he's going to face some tough opposition here. Ollie O'Donovan lines up alongside him, for example. O'Donovan driving Per Ekland's new shape Saab 9.3, a deal brokered to put Ollie O'Donovan in the car this weekend. And the crowd enthusiastic about what is about to happen then, because this has all the makings of being a very fierce race indeed. George Tracy, you can see on the second row of the grid alongside Andrew Jordan. Away they go. Good start made by Evans, who gets his nose in front. George Tracy gets right up alongside O'Donovan there. Down towards Clervaux Corner they go. It's Chris Evans though who grabs the lead as O'Donovan comes charging up on the inside and goes straight into him, knocks him round. O'Donovan ploughs through the gravel. And what's happened to Evans in all of that? That's Andrew Jordan on the grass trying to recover. He's back on track now. Jordan recovers, but what happened to Evans in all of that? That was a big impact that he took. And they're getting it all wrong and going off. It's Chris Cake. He's hired Torben Moller's Seat Cordoba, the ex-World Rally Championship car for this weekend. And that spin is not going to help his cause. Now look at this. O'Donovan doesn't even seem to brake. He comes charging up on the inside there of Evans. Goes straight into the rear corner of the car. Evans gets turned sideways. O'Donovan, still carrying all of that speed, runs off through the gravel. And it looks as though we are going to have a restart, because there is the remains of Chris Evans' car with, no doubt, badly broken suspension at the back of the car. Evans gets out and is not terribly amused about life. So the restart is about to get underway without Chris Evans, and this may well leave the door open for the Saabs of O'Donovan or Andrew Jordan here. The restart leaves the line, but the best start of all comes from George Tracy there, look, who storms away from the line, and Andrew Jordan trying to go up on the inside. And look at Steve Hill in the Mitsubishi number 4 also trying to get on the act. A very brave start by all of them. It's O'Donovan though, round the outside again. He runs out of road through the gravel, keeps his foot in and spears himself back onto the circuit in second place, and still tries to brave it out round the outside of George Tracy. He runs out of road and Jordan goes by as well. Onto the loose section of the circuit they go then. The John Guest back Saab, the Canterbury Saab entered line 3 of Andrew Jordan, chasing on after George Tracy's Peugeot, and now third is the Shannon Holdings back Saab of Ollie O'Donovan, and he has got work to do. They have to anchor up for this very tight right-hander. It's a pretty narrow part of the circuit. Tracy goes wide. Jordan tries to squirt up the inside of him there, but he can't quite level with him, and so George Tracy hangs on up front as they head from the loose back onto the tarmac. End of that one. Briefly on the tarmac, and then they go through Clervaux Corner once again. Once more, Ollie O'Donovan flicks the car sideways there. If anything, he's dropping away just a little bit from this great battle that's going on up front. Jordan driving this Saab for the first time in anger. He spent most of the year driving his Ford Focus run by Will Gollum's team. He's also been doing occasional races in the Seat Cupra Championship, the full circuit race series, and now yet another new car for him to acquaint himself with. O'Donovan though now in the new shape 9.3, right on his tail, and Steve Hill there arrives very sideways and far too fast. George Tracy goes wide. Steve Hill in the background gets it wrong and goes off the circuit, goes the wrong side of the market tyres, and O'Donovan comes past both the leaders to grab the advantage now. Fantastic. Ollie O'Donovan, in a very quick car indeed, storms his way through into the lead of the race. That's the car that Per Ekland's been using in this year's European Championship. It hasn't been always the fastest machine out there, but this weekend, in this first semi-final, O'Donovan is rising to the challenge. In second place then is George Tracy, and third now is Andrew Jordan as they head onto the loose once again. Checkered flag at the ready, this time then to end the first semi-final, and it's been all action. Andrew Jordan down in third. He's going to be able to make a move on George Tracy coming out of this last hairpin. It looks as though Ollie O'Donovan is good for a win though. The Saab accelerating its way now up towards the checkered flag that flies. Ollie O'Donovan wins the first semi-final ahead of Tracy, and Andrew Jordan finishing third.